and yours normally are not. It's that's just how it is.
So you didn't hear this conversation yesterday. I had Charles going. I told him, because he didn't know that I've been staying in Sanctuary. I told him that not only had I passed the game, but I told him the ending. Except, I don't know the ending. So,
yeah, because your ass is still in Sanctuary.
No, I'm not. I'm in Lexington right now, but I've been hanging out a lot in Sanctuary.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's like Sanctuary is the main place that I'm building up. It's like I've got like I said before. It's like all my other things. Oh, wait a second. Hi everybody. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Geeks Around. This is your discussion Vidcast, where of course Fallout 4. I mean Arrow, episode something or other. Lost Souls. Yeah, you have to forgive us, because we're all super geeks. Of course, all of us right now are playing Fallout 4, and that's where the majority of our attention is. But we still have a moderate time for television, and this is a pretty good episode of Arrow. I'm actually kind of excited to talk about it. Let's go ahead and introduce the rest of the panel we have here, starting off with our executive producer. Excuse me, I'm the executive producer, editor-in-chief, Matt Moore. Matt.
I just realized I don't have my hat on. I'm going to have to put that on soon. It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. There is a lot of, Felicity being a whiny baby, but other than that, it was still a pretty good episode.
Actually, it's like I'm okay with Felicity being whiny. This one was like she kind of ruined it on this one. Charles Wheaton, what's up, man? It's like, what'd you think of this episode?
I'm doing good, and I thought the episode was awesome. However, I thought last week's episode was better, but this episode was still very, very cool.
What else was just because the last week's episode had Constantine, and it's like, We know what a Constantine fanboy you are.
As far as I'm concerned, the Constantine episode is the best episode of the season, regardless of how good the rest of the season may or may not be.
Well, you then you automatically kind of your opinion is irrelevant in all these discussions. Well, that's the most
Charles. You just pulled an Isaiah.
Basically. But last and most certainly not least, Lou Rod, wait, excuse me, as his lower third says, Mr. Rod. It's like he's all uppity and shit. Mr. Rod. Luis Rodriguez, you fucker, is like, what the fuck did you think of this episode? I'm gonna call you out.
I enjoyed it. My favorite line was Chatty Patty.
Well, yes, as we can see from your lower third, it's like, okay, it's like, I'll take that. It's like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and get my nitpicks out the way. I only have one. Because it's between Lou and me about who will have the next nitpick. Understand, of course, first, audience, that I'm a cook. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy it immensely. That's what I do. The chicken that Felicity's mom cooked is like in the show, they were talking about it was undercooked like it was raw. No, it wasn't. It was cooked to fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was dry. You could just see it. It's like I showed Aisha. It's like she was walking in when I was watching this episode, and even she was sitting there. It's like and they're making jokes about how raw the chicken is, and she's looking at us like, that's cooked to fuck. I'm like, yes. Yes, it is.
The black mark might be an indication. I'm just saying.
They were just trying to progress the story.
Black marks are kind of normal. If you have if you cook with a lot of olive oil in your chicken because you're trying to fry up the skin to make it crispy, the black marks are kind of normal. But it's like it was actually cut into, and you can see the actual meat of the chicken, and it's like it was dry. It was barely edible. That's just me as a cook. It's like I'm just complaining because I know how to cook my chicken. When I cook chicken, shit.
They could have pulled it where she put it on broil, and that's why the top was burnt, but still raw on the inside.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing though. If it's undercooked, it's fucking chicken. Put it back in.
Yeah. You can put it back in the oven, and it's fine. But it's like raw chicken you can't even eat. You could kill someone. You got salmonella off that shit. You can't undercook chicken.
Come on, man. Let's be real.
No problem.
You're looking at a tech geek who probably never really worked her way around any kitchen, as we've seen in episode 1. But
this wasn't Felicity cooking. It was Felicity's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, she don't know how to cook.
I know. That's my point. They just went the wrong with it. This is me nitpicking. It's like I will concede. That's why I started off like saying that I am nitpicking. It's like it's a sheer nitpick. It is no marks against anything. But I will say that it was great to see Felicity's mom back on the show because I truly do enjoy her character.
I did like
She's a lot of fun.
line. I did like Curtis's line of, "I see where you get your."
Yeah. Yeah, it was like he was walking the fine line there. It was like, I'm about to say something. Oh, wait a second, you're kind of my boss. Shit. We're gonna go this way.
Well, that was your nitpick. I had the nitpick of why does Detective Lance and Damien Dark always meet in a street filled with cars driving by? If they're supposed to be working in secret.
Because Damien don't give a fuck. That's why. He's Damien fucking Dark. What the fuck does he care? It's like, I mean, dude, you're asking why to have these meetings. It's like in the very first episode of this entire season, he walked into what was effectively a city council meeting and said, yeah, I'm here to fuck shit up, and that's the way this shit is, and if you don't like it, that's okay, because I'm going to kill all of you anyway. It's nice meeting you. My name's Damien Dark. Here's my card. I mean, this is not a subtle motherfucker, is my point.
Here's what got me. This is my nitpick, if I'm going to have one, is they're trying to figure out where the fuck Damien Dark is, where Damien Dark like does his business and all this. But Detective Lance has been there like 3 fucking times that we've seen in this season alone. He's been there.
That's a good point. So to me, it raises the point. It's like whether he came like because I mean I think that maybe I guess the implication is that he was brought there like blindfolded or whatever. But it's like I mean it's not even fair to make that implication because like I mean that's not something that we know. He's just just showed up there, seemingly all on his own. So if that's a really good point. I didn't even think of that.
It was just, yeah, it just bugged me a little bit. It's like you're tracking him to the building in which you've been at multiple times.
Yeah, that's actually an excellent point.
Well, the one who was tracking him was Diggle.
The what?
It was Diggle who tracked him. Lance met him in the street.
No, but the point is like the point that Matt's making, which is like
I get what the point Matt's making, but what if he claim on claim changes locations from time to time?
Yeah, and builds the exact same office in multiple locations. I mean, it's not impossible, but
with the same stones and all that shit.
Yeah, he just like has like his like multiple like magical mystical fucking altars and multiple locations throughout the city. It's like I mean, just in case you can't get to one, it's like you still got another one. It's like 5 minutes away. It's like Grand Theft Auto. You got like safe houses all over the place. Yeah.
And a couple garages, yep.
Grand Theft Auto Star City.
When you deal with dark magic, maybe you do need a couple of safe houses all around town so you can recharge your body.
I guess. But in this episode, it was actually it's like I really enjoyed seeing Sarah suit up once again as Canary because I guess she's just like regular Canary for right now because we know Laurel's Black Canary. It's like she's identified herself as Black Canary.
No.
So Sarah, I guess, is Canary until she hits Legends of Tomorrow and becomes White Canary.
No,
has anyone figured out that canaries aren't fucking black or white?
Well, arrows aren't green, so what the fuck's your point?
Yeah, but you can make an arrow green.
Tornadoes aren't red. It's like that's a DC Comics thing, man. It's like color adjective. That's just how DC Comics names their people. It's like it's a crapshoot. You know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. I mean, we're lucky we didn't end up with a Bruce Wayne being Black Bat. Oh wait a second. Black Bat is Cassandra Cain, isn't it? That kind of proves my point. That's just the DC Comics naming convention. It's hard to even get mad at that.
And then, of course, you ended up having Red Robin.
And Red Arrow.
Yeah, and Red Arrow. Fucking.
It's just that's a DC thing. Okay.
Yeah.
At this point, it is what it is.
The flashback this particular episode poured the fuck out of me.
Yeah, the flashbacks is like, I mean, short of last week's, aren't really doing it for me. It's like I'm still failing to understand their relevance to the current day stuff. It just kind of takes away from me the stuff that's going on in current day, because the current day stuff is like, particularly this week, was actually interesting.
It could be setting up Hawkman.
Well, yes, like I mean, I guess because we know with both Arrow and Flash, there's this steady build up toward Legends of Tomorrow, because that the whole setup for that is coming up sooner rather than later. So we just kind of have to accept that that is what it is, and that's even including this week with Sarah's storyline. They're just kind of slowly building up to that. But hey, Ray Palmer's back. He's back.
As predicted in our hangout yesterday, Ray Palmer would be back in Arrow today. We predicted that.
Well, yeah, it's like based
given.
on the trailers, I fail to see how there was ever any doubt.
Well, that's just it. Is I think we need Ray Palmer to fix Flash, but that's my Flash theory.
Okay, I'll buy that. It's like I will say, it's like regrettably I wasn't able to join y'all today, but that was a bomb ass episode of Flash. Flash got the fuck beat out of him. I mean, holy shit. I mean, holy shit. It's like, yeah, okay, audience, we're gonna sidebar to Flash real quick because I didn't get to say this shit yesterday. He didn't just get the shit beat out of him, but it's like Zoom had to brag. It's like, I beat your ass, now I'm gonna take you over here. I beat the fuck out of y'all Zero. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here. Hey, look, I beat the fuck out of y'all Zero. Look, here he is. I beat the fuck out of him. I did. I really did. See? I sure did. Beat his ass and bragged on it in 2 separate locations, ran him all around the fucking city. It's like that's just embarrassing.
Something I forgot to mention in yesterday's hangout is he beat his ass the day before he was supposed to go on a second date with Patty.
Yeah,
what the fuck is he gonna do?
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, I'm sorry, I'm in a wheelchair. Like right after fucking Flash got his ass beat.
I got hit by another bolt of lightning. Damn this thing. It was like at first, like when I thought it was like after the whole in the end part, like after the whole logo and whatnot, it's like I thought he'd been in the coma for another little while. I was like, I mean, because he got the fuck beat out of him. I was like, Zoom ain't fucking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. It's like, I mean, the cool thing about like this week's episode of Arrow is that there wasn't particularly like a big bad. It's like the whole thing was just this mission to save Ray Palmer from Damien Dark. Well, I guess you could call it a big bad, but he's like a season-long big bad, like not like an episodic one like we've been seeing thus far in the show.
He's a more interesting villain, I have to admit it.
Oh, he's a vastly more interesting villain. It's like I'm going to say this every single week. I love Neil in this character. He's amazing.
And just to piss off Isaiah, not that he'll end up watching this, how they ended up saving Ray Palmer is a MacGuffin. He keeps using that fucking word, and he doesn't understand it. There wasn't an explanation in this, at least not one that made any sense.
Not really. Yeah, I agree.
There was something about somehow Ray ended up siphoning off energy from the camera, which somehow helped Curtis do something in making it to where Ray could expand past the polymer plast. I don't know. It was some fucking bullshit.
Mr. Terrific science the shit out of it. That's all I caught. It was like, I mean, his name is Mr. Terrific. I give him some leeway. He's fucking great. No, I was like, no. Oh, wait a second. One of my favorite parts is like, well, because in this episode we had first. Curtis, for the first time ever, met Oliver Queen, and it was hilarious when he was muttering under his breath when he met him. It's like, it's like, I'm married. I can't remember. Because he's like, damn.
And the jawline.
He said, he's straight, I'm married. He's straight, I'm married.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had myself a good laugh at that.
Yeah.
And that's another character that I think is bringing a lot to the show. It's like, I mean, at this point, he's out Felicitying Felicity. Like, as much as I love Felicity in season 1 of Arrow, I'm enjoying him more than I enjoyed her, which is actually saying a lot, because even before Felicity, like back when Felicity was a throwaway character in the show, I really, really enjoyed what she brought to things, and I was kind of over the moon when they announced for the second season that she was going to become a regular. I was really excited over that, and now it's like, I mean, he's doing an even better job. He's taken that intelligent, quirky role and rolling with it like just so hard, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, but he had like a 5-second moment of stupidity. He's all like, "No, the jaw's not right." Like trying to compare Oliver to Green Arrow, and it's like, you're
Well,
just want to slap
he's
the
like
guy.
stupid.
If I were Oliver, I would have cracked up laughing right there.
At least he's the first motherfucker to actually do it, to actually like seriously consider this motherfucker might be there. Hold on now, we gotta see this shit.
And that's just it. Is if I were Oliver Queen, I don't know that I would have stopped laughing. I think I would have just cracked up laughing right there and been like, okay, we got to tell him.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it is absolutely inevitable that at some point Curtis is going to have to be given the full 411 on what's going on. It's like, I mean, he's already kind of in. It's like, I mean, because in this one was actually a fairly significant one for him, where he's actively, because before it's like he was passively helping out Team Arrow. He was helping Felicity help Team Arrow. And this one, he was out there in the field actually helping Team Arrow. And y'all saw how Felicity is like on a spur of the moment assigned Diggle a nickname?
Yeah.
Sentry, I think is what she called him.
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds right.
That's almost Guardian.
That's almost
Very rare that they were in a Guardian. I'm just saying.
It's going to be probably another Ray Palmer situation where Curtis is going to be out in the field trying to be a hero, and that's how they're going to meet Arrow.
No, I honestly don't think so. It's like I think that this is a fairly good leaping off place for him. Is doing so much work with Felicity and Team Arrow like on the side when he actually has his tech ready to go, and particularly after now that Ray Palmer is back, now that he's assisted in that, and seeing what Ray Palmer has made of himself, I think that he'll realize that he could also be that he wants to do it. He honestly does want to help people. I think he'll come into it that way.
Yep.
I absolutely do.
I like Ray's response. No, don't tell nobody I'm back alive yet. I like this being dead shit. I ain't gotta pay no taxes.
Yeah, it's like wait, you're running the company, right? That going good with you? Okay, cool. I'm gonna be over here. Don't worry about me. Also, it's like from what I understand, it's like, I mean, from what I'd gather, it's like it sounds like I know from experience, but I imagine it's rather hard to run a company when you're bouncing back and forth through time, leading a band of ragtag heroes, facing off against a supervillain like Vandal Savage. Oh, am I getting ahead of myself?
Makes sense.
Here's my question though: is let's say you gave a multi-billion-dollar company to a friend because you knew you were going to be gone for a while.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you come back, you expect that person to give it back because you're friends, and that's all good. What kind of, like, thank you, what kind of, like, goodbye package do you give that person?
$1 billion.
I wouldn't give him a goodbye package. Honestly, wouldn't.
How much money do you think she's making right now?
A ton? I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, like, at least, like, you know, like in the early six figures. But it's like, I honestly wouldn't want it back. Like, why would I want it back? Like, as long as I have say in what's going on and shit, it's like, I mean, you're running the shit. I tell you what to do, you fucking go do it. Why do I need to be in the limelight? I get all of the privileges of being in this position without any of the headaches. I don't have a board of directors to report to. I don't have anyone to report to. I get what I want. I do what I want. I have what I want. And someone else actually gets to do all the, the middling bullshit that I don't care about.
Oh, yeah, I get to stay on my nice big-ass yacht.
So
This is a good one.
So Felicity is like Pepper Potts in this situation with what's going on in Iron Man, where Tony Stark made her the CEO of Stark Industries. Only now,
and like Pepper Potts, ended up being a much better CEO than they were themselves.
I don't know if I can agree with that. It's like, what? Well, okay. Tony Stark had no interest in actually being a CEO. Ray Palmer did, and he was very, very good at what he did. Very, very good.
I don't know. For some reason, I'm remembering there being problems because of the fact that he just wouldn't get the fuck out of the lab. But I may be projecting his comic book version on the TV version. I'm not sure.
I think he might be, because there was never any indication of any problems with Palmer Tech in the entire time it's been here. As a matter of fact, he's been presented as the brilliant businessman who's found opportunities where other people would not have possibly seen it. So it's like, I mean, in the show, he's been amazing. It's just at this point, it's like he doesn't simply want to do it. Whereas Tony is like, it's like Tony inherited his business. Ray didn't. Ray built it himself. Like if left to his own devices, I mean, Tony would still be a brilliant inventor, but he wouldn't be a billionaire brilliant inventor.
Now, that's my wild speculation question, is at the end of the 6 months or however long it is that Felicity had to build something cool, that very cool thing is going to be something that we've probably seen in the comics and is like world-changing. So what would it be? Would it be miniaturization? Would it be, like, what would it be?
Oh, it's an interesting question.
I thought it was going to be the T-Spears.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be the T-Spears as well, but it's not like Palmer Tech would start, selling T-Spears at Walmart and shit. They would have to have like something that they could actually present to the board of directors and be like, hey, this is a product that could be sold to actual people and not just be used by superheroes.
Yeah, so the miniaturation won't work neither.
Exactly. Because, can you imagine all the bullshit that people get into if they could, just shrink themselves at will?
All the banks that would get robbed.
All the pennies that would get raided.
No, see, you just have a dirty mind. That's your problem.
So, that is an interesting question. Where would they go?
It's like the frickin' underpants gnomes.
I guess. But yeah, it's like I agree. It's like that's really an intriguing question. It's like I don't know, because that time limit is very well set in place. It's not like, well, it's like, I mean, I guess if their writing was absolutely terrible, they could simply ignore it, but that would be a mistake in my opinion. So I've honestly got nothing.
But we'll see. I'm sure there's something. It's probably something. It's probably something they already have access to. They're just gonna, make it for public use.
So,
or they could be like, Cisco, send us anything in your lab. Just one of anything in your lab. Thank you.
Yeah, speaking of Cisco, and by Cisco I mean Central City as a whole. At the end of this episode is like when Sarah announced she was leaving Star City. Central City was the first stop on her itinerary.
To see her mom. Yep.
What do y'all think the chances are of seeing good old Sarah Lance pop up on next week's Flash?
Oh,
nah.
I don't think so though.
No.
I
mean, it'd be cool, but I don't think so.
I would want it to, is like, because if the whole Legends thing is going to happen, eventually it's going to have to be some sort of cohesion between these teams. It's like there's got to be some kind of meeting of the minds, because it's like, I mean, because from the Flash universe we have Hawkgirl, Captain Cold, and Heatwave, and then from the Arrow side of the fence we have Atom, White Canary. Oh wait, I'm still missing. We still have Firestorm on the Flash side. At some point, it's like some members of this team are going to have to come into contact before they can actually become a team. So why not start with Sarah Lance and anybody on that side of the fence? Because we have not even seen like Jax since his introduction to Firestorm. And also, it's like over there, it's like we got Captain Cold that's out somewhere. Heat Wave we haven't seen since last season.
Captain Cold is still in jail.
Technically, we did see Heat Wave. It was a dream sequence, but still, he was in this season.
That doesn't count. Obviously,
I'm just saying.
That's a dream, dude.
Yeah, that
don't count.
Doesn't count. It's like we haven't actually seen him like do anything relevant this season. Like yes, like we saw him during the pilot during the first episode of this current season of Flash, but that was nothing.
And if Sarah did show up next week on Flash, what's she gonna do? Go around and break some more necks? Because she can't control it, and if someone pisses her off, she's gonna kill someone.
Well, yeah, it's like, I mean, if anybody could help somebody, control their darker tendencies, like I would trust, Flash to do that.
What I don't get is how many times have these motherfucking superheroes come back from near death or death, like a billion fucking times. So let Sarah and Thea fucking fight it out. Sarah fucking chokes Thea literally to death, and then they do like fucking CPR and bring her back.
Don't think it quite works that way.
Yeah.
That's just it. Is all she has to do is kill Sarah, and she doesn't have those tendencies, or kill Thea, and she doesn't have those tendencies anymore. That's how it's been explained.
Yeah, that's how it's been explained. But it's like at this point, it's like the entire explanation is bullshit because. It's like, and I was one to look past this, but since you brought it up, it's like the whole thing about having to kill Sarah is supposed to be the fact that she did not have her soul. I thought that last week with Constantine was supposed to fix all that and bring back her soul and take away all of her murderous tendencies, but apparently that didn't happen. Apparently, it's like it brought her soul back, so she is who she is, but she still has the same tendencies that Thea does. So, I mean, thanks, John, but you could have stuck around maybe a little bit more and really fixed this shit?
Well, he brought her soul back, and she just has the urge. She just has the bloodlust. At least her bloodlust isn't to go after Thea anymore. She could have kept going after Thea with her soul.
She's basically okay. She's just gonna need to have to, kill a motherfucker every now and then, in order to be all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like me. It's like I'm basically okay every now and again, but every now and again I have to go out and smoke a cigarette. Smoke a cigarette, kill a motherfucker, same thing, right? No.
Hey, could be.
No! It's really not.
Could be.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying, DeAno, secondhand smoke kills. I'm just putting that out there.
Cricket. I don't know how. It's like at this point, I'm just going with it. It's like any plot holes, I'm just gonna go magic. and kind of be okay with it. It's like as long as they're not, explaining things anymore with like, magic herbs and shit. And I talked about this last week. As long as they're still not doing that shit, I'm down with whatever. It's like, do what you gotta do. Fuck it.
Well, we had super slow serum yesterday. Well, in Tuesday's episode.
Hey, at least that was science-ish. It's like, I mean, I don't know what's in super slow serum. It's like, I don't know, maybe some cannabis. I don't know. A liquefied Netflix queue. I don't even know how you do that, but
I have bad news for you.
Have an entire season of Daredevil, bitch.
I have bad news for you, DeAno. Damien Dark's completely powered by magic herbs. That's
fuck you. Fuck yourself. Yeah, I see. It's like, man, like he wolfs down like like a pound of sage every day, to maintain his mystical abilities and shit. Maybe some saffron along with it, just for taste. And because
he gets his power from a magical herbal tea.
Yeah. Oh, that magical herb, huh? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kick it in the wild speculation time. It's like I know we've done a little bit of WOD speculation already, but it's like, does anyone have anything that's solidly WOD spec?
I'm tired of people being brought back from the dead.
Yeah, well, that was my whole issue with Sarah being brought back the way she was. And I brought that up a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to go ahead
Oh,
and
no,
rehash
no. Wait till you see next week.
it. You know something I don't, and I'm not even trying to get into it right now.
I figured you didn't see next week's clip.
I make it a point to not watch Netflix.
Okay, well then I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I don't have any speculation this week. I don't know
I
what
have
to
speculation.
expect.
I have speculation that in 20 minutes from now, I'm going to be playing Fallout.
I have speculation that in 5 minutes from now I'll be playing Fallout. Like I'm gonna turn on that TV and it's gonna be there because y'all see the PS4 is still on. Y'all do see the blue light down there? Y'all see it, right? That's the PS4 still on. I'm paused. I'm about to be unpaused in 5 minutes. That's just the way it is. Like, okay, so it's like once again, it's like we are really enjoying the season of Arrow. We are all very pleased. It is better than last season, which we were all disappointed in. But Geeks Around will be with you every single step of the way at geeksataround.com. If you have anything for us, you can always shoot us an email, geeksataround@gmail.com, or leave us a voicemail on our voice message line, 801-609-GOTR. Once again, that is 809-601. Excuse me, 609. 4687. And you can also follow us on all of our social media platforms, YouTube, Google+, Facebook, and all that. Twitter. Yeah, we're on all that. Geeks it around. Go ahead and follow us. Join in the madness. We actually got us another couple of new writers in this past week. Going to have a lot more content for you guys. We encourage you to come check it out. Until next time, on behalf of everyone that Geeks it around, thank you very all for watching. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.